And now there's something, Hal Joseph presents Chapter 20C. 20A and B were already presented. Blue Oyster Cult monograph, secret treatises. There's something I never really talk about too much, and it deserves mention. It's called The Veteran of Psychic Wars. And I'm not sure, but I think it's off the Origin of Unknown Fire album, which I mentioned in book 1 because I talk about Thomas Mann's great novel, The Magic Mountain, which has nothing to do with Six Flags Magic Mountain, Valencia. By the way, my 600-page Blue Oyster Cult manuscript got stolen in Stevenson's Ranch right near Valencia, Newhall, up in the Ventura, the Santa Clarita Valley area in California, Southern California. When I was shopping for a used suit at the thrift store, the Goodwill thrift store, I left the book in a suitcase outside the store in a shopping cart, and somebody stole it. And so these chapters on audiobook that I have done for you and me and anybody are part of that novel, that Romana Clef Blue Oyster Cult memoir. And what I was going to talk about was Veteran of Psychic Wars. Now, I believe it's off the Origin of Unknown Fire album. And, you know, to me, the movie Scanners by David Cronenberg, where somebody's head blows up, and it's all special effects, so it's not really real. But this guy's head blows up in a symposium. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty interesting. But the psychic wars that are presented in the movie Scanners, to me, has a lot to do with the song Veteran of Psychic Wars, where these people's brains are interfering with some people's love for the Blue Oyster Cult music. And, you know, the Thomas Mann novel, Magic Mountain, did not win the Nobel Prize for Literature, but Buddenbrooks, another great novel by him, won it. But I believe it was political because they said, you know, if this guy wrote The Magic Mountain, he deserves the prize. Well, I felt that Theodore Dreiser should have won the Nobel Prize for Literature for his American novel, An American Tragedy, which I thought was kind of a precursor to William Gaddis's J.R. and the Recognitions, because it was a 800 and some odd page small print book about a bellhop, and I really liked it. Yeah, it was kind of boring, but you know, I like boring because my life was a nightmare. So, you know, Sister Carrie was Theodore Dreiser's first published novel in 1900. It was almost banned in the United States, but Frank Norris, a great writer in his own right, and a literary critic, promoted Sister Carrie and said, you know, this ought to be published, and it was. It's still required reading in college, sometimes even in high school. I recommend it to anybody who's interested in reading books. So, we've got other songs by Blue Oyster Cult, which I think are great. Take Me Away, the riveting, explosive guitar work in the middle, done by, I believe, Buck Dharma. Of course, who else? But maybe Alan Lanier. Dancing in the Ruins off the Club Ninja album. Also, Perfect Water, a great song on that album. There's Black Blade, another song that I don't remember what album that's on, but you know, we've got Mistress of the Salmon Salt, Quicklime Girl, another just fantastic song off Tyranny and Mutation. Some of my other favorite songs by Blue Oyster Cult are Then Came the Last Days of May, Parched Land, No Desert Sand, the sun was just a dot, And a little bit of water goes a long way when it's hot. Three good buddies were laughing and smoking in the back of a rented car. They couldn't know they weren't going far. It's a true story that happened to Buck. Didn't quite work out that way. That's what Eric Bloom says when he introduces the song. And of course, the 12-minute version on the DVD, Long Day's Night, recorded in Chicago, has a fantastic, and I've mentioned this before, but it bears repeating, fantastic guitar solo by none other than Alan Lanier, who, if I had my druthers, I would say he taught Buck how to play guitar. Yeah, it may not be true, but anyway, this is nearly 6 minutes, and we'll continue chapter 20 very soon. And now there's something